moving right along, we've got
It's a Gibson Blues King.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
I'm a little sketchy on exactly the model number, but it'll come up, right here as usual.
It's an L-00.
L-00 type
Blues King.
guitar.
It's
Here,
the
hold
Blues
his
King
thing
small
up there.
body guitar. It comes with a gig bag.
I'm gonna get down and mic Drew.
This is an interesting situation we have here.
Should I pour myself a beer before I mic Drew?
Here, yeah, do that.
Okay.
I'll hold one mic.
You know, if you have a
Okay.
quarter-inch,
And then you hold the mic up to Drew's thing, and I'll hold your mic up to your
you
mouth.
know, if you have a quarter-inch cable, you can just DI.
Stereo.
Hey, Rob, do you have a quarter-inch cable?
So Mike is taking a break and taking a look at the Pistons game.
That was the biggest mess. Maybe I should just shut up whenever I'm trying to answer. Maybe I should just shut up whenever I'm trying to answer questions.
So this guitar is sort of styled after the old style blues guitars. What era was that?
1930s, actually.
1930s.
Early 30s.
Very early 30s.
Up to the 1950s. Be nice.
It's sort of a blues style. It's got like a kind of a dark sound to it. It's kind of weird.
It's a parlor guitar.
Yeah, a small parlor-sized guitar. It's not going to give you like that huge sound that you're expecting from a lot of guitars. Although it may sound fairly huge right now because we got this directional mic on it, and we're getting some nice proximity effect. But what do you think of the sound, Drew?
I actually really like this guitar. I have to mention something real quick. I have an original 1932, I believe, Gibson LL00, which looks virtually the same as this guitar. Of course, it's 75 years old, so it's beat to hell. And the wood has really gotten a lot drier, a lot lighter over the years. So seeing this guitar and playing this guitar for the first time was a delight for me because it's virtually the same guitar that I have, except brand new. And there are some minor differences to it. The finish, I think, is a lot thicker than the originals. And perhaps the ply as well, because this guitar feels a lot heavier than the original one that I have. But it's virtually the same. The only comments I can make are the tuning heads could be a little bit bigger. Other than that, as well, I'll let Britton get to what he thinks about it in a minute. But it's virtually the same guitar that I have, except not aged. And it's a delight to actually play a guitar that is very, very, very similar.
So for those who like him young,
yeah, exactly. I love this guitar. I really do. I have to admit.
I don't want to.
I really like how it plays. Actually, it's just real smooth, easy on the fingers.
The frets are a little bit smaller than what you'd expect, which is actually kind of nice.
The sound is a little closed up, but that kind of goes with the type of guitar. It's a reissue of sorts.
I'll tell you, if this guitar is anything like the original, it'll change tone quite a bit over the years.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I bet because it's got the heavier finish on it.
Yeah.
Most guitars that have finish like that.
And what the
will
original
change sound.
problems with these guitars are that they were built with such light plywood, and they were built with such a light finish that over the years they started to deteriorate, and most of them are gone these days. Mine survived. It's a miracle it did. Somebody back in the 50s put nylon strings on it, and that's the only reason why it's still alive today. The lack of tension from the nylon strings to the steel strings are what kept it alive today. So I still keep nylon strings on it so that it doesn't fall apart.
Gotcha.
Keep the tension low.
So but it's a great guitar that they built, but they didn't really necessarily build the originals to last. This one, when I look at it and play it and feel it, it's built to last. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotten some not so great reviews on certain sites. And actually, the guy that ordered this for us, Patrick Ogle, who does a lot of the artist features for us, he doesn't like it much. I think it's okay. It's a sound it's a unique sound.
It's very particular.
It's also got a pickup on it. There's really no controls for it, and they're I think a bit closed up. I did plug it in. We'll review this guitar later and review its pickups. It's a little just dark sounding. A lot of 400, 300 hertz.
Yeah.
Just kind of like building up.
That's exactly the way mine is over abbreviated, so to speak. Now, But that, like you mentioned, it's a very particular tone. So if you're into blues and or even like bluegrass per se, that sort of kind of tone would very much complement your style of music. But if you're looking for like a straight ahead warm acoustic, this is not what you're going for.
Or if you're into black metal, just buy an electric guitar.
It's true. So we hear just a little bit more of it?
For sure. Nice.
I'm just gonna point out.
for the rest of it.
No, I'm just gonna point out some things for it.
Sure.
Right on. Oh. Be stock.
All right. Well. Yeah, sure.
Who wants a refurbished Gibson?
This is amazing.
Anyways, I'm not going to really play it as much as Drew here, just more to point out some things about this particular guitar and things that you would want to look out for when that's happening. The nut has been cut kind of funny. All right, this the high E, all right, has been cut a little close to the edge of the actual neck of the guitar. So when you try to bend, it'll actually fall off the actual fretboard. So you cannot bend that way, which is common in these style of guitars, actually. I guarantee if you play, most of these, and it's common in Gibson guitars where the neck has been cut, the nut has been cut weird and set up weird so that this one can only be bent up instead of down, which is common. This is modeled after guitars that people like Robert Johnson like to play. They're small, dark, usually made of darker woods, not something like a maple. They're good. They're not really built to last though. Not even this one. I mean, like it's a light guitar. It's a student model, even for an $1,000 plus guitar. It's still kind of the higher end of the student guitars. It's very travel friendly. You know what I mean? Still very light.
It travels.
Yeah, it travels well. But you can tell that like these newer reissues have a plastic bridge where they probably put the piezo pickup, and it just doesn't have the same sustain.
What'd be fun is actually doing kind of a shootout between my original and this one.
That would be cool.
I would have to throw steel strings on it.
I don't know about that.
I'll do it for one day, because I did put steel strings on it one day. Man, it sounded unbelievable.
Nice.
It sounded a lot deeper than that one. But it would be kind of cool to kind of shoot them out. It would be cool to document the original too, before it gets too old.
Yeah. All right.
But it has a very nice rich tone.
Yeah.
It is darker. It's darker than actually most parlor guitars, and that's what kind of weirds me out about it. Is it definitely has a deeper cut sounding. So I mean, like when you, it's not as brassy as the older ones. If you listen to
That's what I kind of was surprised about, because they were just, I think what, I could be way off, but it seems to me that they were just trying to modify a good design, so it would.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to like mine, they took some precautions to make it last longer than mine did, or is.
Yeah.
and the harmonics are not cut as well either.
All right.